They have to cut out the mental penalties, the mental mistakes, and they must play a good ball game tonight. Now, I talked to Coach Parker before the game and asked him how is he going to attack the Western Branch Bruins.
Well, obviously we never know exactly how teams are going to defend us. You know, with our fairly unique formations that we have, we hope this week to be able to get in the middle of the field as far as our passing game is concerned, and we hope to also be able to run straight at them some.
Does that mean a lot of shotgun tonight?
Not necessarily. We'll throw out of our bone. We may break the bone and go to some slot formation, that type of thing.
3 weeks ago was a turning point for the Indian River team. Corey Hardy went down with an injury. Now, he's only about 60%. He hurts them defensively because they can't play man-to-man defense. Offensively, they can't have the ball control attack. So they're going to have to be able to score quickly tonight and be able to utilize Boyd to do their work for them tonight on offense and defense.
I tell you guys, two arguably equally strong teams in must-win situations late in the season at Indian River High School. If the lights stay on, this is going to be a good one. We'll find out after this.
Hello, high school sports fans. I'm Sid Oman, host of Channel 23's Sounding Board. On Tuesday, November the 7th, voters will be making decisions that could affect our city. We hope that you'll tune in to Channel 23 for Election 95, the election from a Chesapeake point of view. I'll be joining Mark Cox to bring you coverage on election returns and analysis. Watch live coverage of Election 95, November the 7th at 7 p.m. on WCTV 23.
Welcome to Indian River High School. The 6-1 Indian River Braves host the 6-1 Western Branch Bruins. Indian River coming off of a close call last week against Great Bridge where they pulled out a 7-zip win. And the Western Branch Bruins come off a shocking defeat at the hands of the Lake Taylor Titans, 22-14. The captains meeting at midfield, about ready to get underway here. Mickey Irving and Richie Babb, along with Smacky Stats and Merlin Vaughn. Let's go down on the field with Preston Harding.
Mr. Phelps is your line judge and Mr. Parson is your back judge, okay? We're going to refer to your team all night as white and refer to your team as blue. White talks to white all night, blue talks to blue, okay? We're going to toss the coin. We've already done it, but for the sake of people in the stands, we're going to flip the coin up in the air, but when it comes back down, it's going to say the same thing. White won the toss and you elected to receive. Blue then chose to kick the ball and to defend the clock, correct? Blue, you want to step over there on this side. White, step over here with me. Okay, we'll let everyone know. Western Branch won the toss and they elected to receive. Okay, guys, go ahead and shake hands. Let's have a great game. Let's have a great game.
Preston Harding down on the field. When you see Preston Harding and his officials crew, you know it's going to be a big ball game.
Yeah, that's for sure. He does seem to get all the big ones.
And he's earned it over the years. The crew will get together at midfield. As you see, Western Branch will get the ball first, and that very powerful Western Branch offense will get the first crack at it.
The reason he gets all the big games is because he's figured out how to work the mic.
That's what it is. So the Walton brothers will be ready offensively to get going for Coach Lou Johnston. It's been now the 7th week of the season, going into the 8th week, or excuse me, yes, going into the 8th week. The Bruins are 6-1, and the injuries have started to pile up on both teams. Corey Holly, questionable tonight, not at full speed. The running back, Sharon Stith, the top running back for the Western Branch Bruins, a deep calf bruise, has been used sparingly in the last few ball games by Coach Lou Johnson. So it's going to be interesting to see if either one of those guys are going to be a factor out here tonight.
I tell you what's interesting, Mickey, and what we'll be able to see from this. Indian River a week before last, lost to Deep Creek. And you can tell something about the character, especially of a high school football team, by what they do the next week. The next week they go against a Great Bridge team at homecoming, so we'll make some allowances for that. But certainly Indian River, a superior team, more talent, more experience than the Great Bridge team, and they barely beat them, 7-0. Now Western Branch last week lost to Lake Taylor on Thursday night. This game will indicate something about their character and how they handle adversity, and we'll see how they come back after that loss to Lake Taylor.
Lance Bishop to kick it away. Malik Cook will settle under the ball at the 20-yard line. Cook will cross the 25. The Bruins will start at the 27-yard line. It's been a long season for both teams. Let's go down to Merlin Vaughn and find out about the injuries.
Two players that mean a lot to both teams, Corey Holly and Sharon Stith, are returning action tonight. Now, Corey, as we saw him before the game, had a severe ankle sprain. He's back, but he doesn't have it taped. Now, Sharon Stiff has a vastus lateralis. He's returning from that. Now, that's a muscle right below the knee. He's got that taped. So they say that he'll be ready to go at about 100%. Back upstairs.
Stith will get the first carry for Coach Lou Johnston in a great game. The Bruins now looking at a 2nd down and short. Go without a huddle. The quarterback is Darrell Walton. Sharon Stith goes off the right side. Should be a first down for Coach Lou Johnston, setting that offense after Richie Babb talks about Sharon Stith.
Well, I don't really want to talk about him. Do I have to?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I pass.
He will get the first down. What's your point already?
My point is, that, Mickey, that already we've seen something about the character of this game, and there's going to be a lot of knocking around going on. Some hard hits on that kickoff, and that has not slacked up these last 2 or 3 plays.
First down from the 38-yard line. Malik Cook, his first carry of the night. The Indian River defense there to answer. Setting that offense for Coach Lou Johnston, who is in his 11th year as the head coach of the Western Branch Bruins. Harold Humphrey, Jason Hess, Heath Imans, J.D. Smith, and Tavis Graves across the front. Idris Sherrod, one wide out. Darren Walton, the top receiver, and Ty Border, the other. Malik Cook, Lorenzo Ferguson, and Sharon Stith, and of course the quarterback, number 12, Darrell Walton. 2nd down, 8 for the Bruins. The option play from Walton. Oh! And Richie Babb made the call about the big hits, and the defense doing it there.
Tackle made by Chris Edmonds for Indian River, number 56. And, you know, I kind of spoke disparagingly rather, of Indian River. And they really are coming back strong here against Western Branch. They didn't prove it last week, and maybe they're seeking to do it this week.
Saw the stats of Darrell Walton, the junior quarterback for the Bruins. Will set the Indian River defense right after this play. 3rd down and 4 from the 45. Flag. Wonder if this is going to be a delay of game.
Almost would have to be.
Well, the Bruins are clapping.
Oh, come on!
We have dead ball, encroachment on the defense.
The Indian River fans say that the Bruins moved the football. That caused the Braves to jump, but Preston Harding says it's against the Braves, so it will be first down for the Bruins at the 49-yard line. 9:48 to go, first quarter, no score. Opening drive of the night for the Bruins. Stiff. Sam Hardy comes through there with his great speed.
Speed, a major factor for Sam Hardy on both sides of the ball.
You like those two-way players, don't you?
Yeah, that's a lot of guts. That's the thing that sets high school football apart, really, is the fact that there are some players playing both ways.
2nd down, 11. Throwing situation now for Darrell Walton.
Well, that in the CFL, I guess.
Walton will be split to the near side. That's Darren Walton, the leading receiver in Tidewater. And Darrell, his brother, looks to get the ball in his hands, but he goes across the middle to Cook. Good for a first down, stopped by Tolliver. Ball at the 34. Bruins threatening here on the first drive of the night.
Indian River defense, Mickey, trying to hold into a zone there, but Tolliver noticed that he was getting beat there, and likely the ball was going to go to the guy that was closest to him. Didn't get to him in time to knock the ball down, and Western Branch proceeding nicely.
Defensively for the Indian River Braves, we take a look at this replay.
And there you see, very simply, he leaps up to get it. Tolliver just not in a position where he could get that, but it does take a leap on his part to get up and get the ball.
Ferguson on the wing, he'll go in motion, first down. From the 34, there's the inside handoff, and there's Lance Bishop for the Braves. On the carry, Sharon Stiff.
Just a split second of a delay on that play, as it's almost like a fake handoff to the first guy through, and actually he would have gotten a couple yards there, but pretty much had things figured out. One thing that Western Branch likes to do out of that offense, Mickey, is to run some misdirections and go, set up one way and go the other. Not too successful that time.
They will run the Delaware wing T for Coach Lou Johnston. They've done it very successfully over the last few years. Ferguson in motion. 2nd down, 8. Ferguson on the catch at the 20. He's all alone. Going in for the touchdown, Lorenzo Ferguson. 6 touchdowns on the year, his 3rd touchdown reception. What a great looking play. He goes in motion. He was all alone.
Nice looking play here. you'll see that he is pretty much all by himself. Lots of Indian River players are at that point saying, uh-oh, and they knew they weren't going to get to him to make the score 6-0. He goes into the end zone, again, basically by himself. Indian River needs to make some adjustments in their secondary if they're going to fight that Western Branch propensity to pass.
Daniel Duche on for the extra point. Flag down. It's against the Bruins, excuse me. The Braves indicate. They'll back up. Duche should not have any problems making this extra point attempt. He has 21 on the year, second in the district behind Joe Verdi. 21 of 24 on the season extra point attempts for Daniel Duche. I wonder if we have movement against Western Branch again.
Duche is an important player for Western Branch, especially in this game, not only because he's a good kicker, which he is, but because Indian River really has some problems with their kicking game.
They will have Casper Peterson doing the kicking tonight. Let's see what this penalty is from Preston
We have
Hardy.
a dead ball, illegal procedure, snap infraction on the offense.
Now this is a tough extra point.
Yeah, now it is.
Ball will be placed at the 20-yard line. Make this a 30-yard attempt now. The holder is Darren Walton. High snap. No problem at all for Daniel Duche to make it a 7-point lead.
And it almost looked like somebody got their hands on that as it crossed the line. It was going up, and it looked like it had a little bit of movement. And even with that, it heads between the goalposts. And he probably could have made it. He probably could have made that from another 5 or 10 yards back. Lots of information here on the Western Branch passing game. And one of the things that we want to point out after that passing touchdown for Western Branch, they have a touchdown pass in their last 11 games in a row, and in 13 of their previous 14 games.
They've had some pretty good quarterbacks over there at Western Branch the last few years. T.J. Giles, Lee Phelps, and Darrell Walton all have been able to throw the football, and they've been successful doing it. How about they had some success on the opening drive?
And it didn't take them too long, Mickey, to make the score 7-0. Took 2 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. 8 plays, 74 yards. That's not bad. That's a pretty good average. Cook had a 19-yard reception for one key. Another one, Ferguson had a 32-yard touchdown trick-or-treat.
Oh.
I think we've seen that every year around Halloween time. I love it.
7:52 to go in the first quarter. The Western Branch Bruins take the opening drive of the night, take it straight down the field and get a score for Coach Lou Johnston. Now Coach Bob Parker and the Braves are going to get the ball back. Duche with a low kick. Hit Joyner's hand, but the freshman Antoine Stoops will pick it up around the 20. Across the far side, tripped up at the 31-yard line, where the leading passer in Tidewater, James Boyd, the junior quarterback, will lead the way for the Braves. The offensive line, L.T. Johnson, Chris Jones, Chris Edmonds, Mike Tolliver, Jeremy Lancaster, and Edward Seward, who we've noticed have some great blocks down around the end zone all season long. Anthony Kaysen, one of the favorite targets for Boyd, along with David Selby and Lance Bishop. In the backfield, could be almost anybody. Corey Holly, Mike Joyner, Antoine Stooks, Rashad Johnson, and Sam Hardy. All will see playing time tonight for the Braves. First down from the 32-yard line, 7:22 to go. First quarter, the Braves down 7. Sam Hardy on the carry. Has some running room. First down for Sam Hardy.
And again, there's that speed Mickey Weiss talked about earlier in the game. Serves him on both sides of the ball. And once he gets across the line of scrimmage, he's rolling. He picks up, not only is he fast, but he accelerates quickly. It does take him a long time to get up to speed. And because of that, he's able to pick up a first down with 7 minutes to play in this first quarter.
Sam Hardy, 5'8", 165-pound senior.
13-yard rush there for Sam Hardy.
It is a first down at the 46-yard line of the Braves. Stoops loses the handle. Still down on the ground. Western Branch jerseys around the football, and they will get the ball. The Indian River Braves put the ball down on the ground 6 times last week against the Great Bridge Wildcats, but were able to recover all the fumbles. They put it down once, and Western Branch cashes in here.
But you know, you said 6 times last week against Great Bridge. The week before that against Deep Creek, they fumbled the ball 3 times, and that's the highest number of fumbles for Indian River this whole season. That time they lose it to the Western Branch Bruins, and there they are with 1st and 10. Not bad field position.
15 takeaways on the season for giveaways for Indian River. 12 takeaways for the Bruins, and they have a first down now. Stiff with no success on the far side. Number 56, Chris Edmonds around the football there, and number 52, that's Chris Jones. Ball's going to be at the 45, make it the 40-yard line of the Braves. 6:05 to go first quarter. 7-point lead for the team in white and gold tonight with the University of Delaware helmets, the Western Branch Bruins. This one goes to Stiff, a couple of blockers in front.
This is interesting, Mickey. If you look at turnovers per game, Indian River is averaging 2 turnovers per game. They're the second highest in the city behind only Oscar Smith. Western Branch, the best team in the city with only 1.5 turnovers per game, and that could mean big things for Western Branch as the game progresses, whatever that means.
3rd down and 6. Well, you can't turn the ball over and be successful in the Southeastern District. There's just no way.
You're right.
3rd down 6 from the 36-yard line. Malik Cook doing the dirty work on the inside there. Mike Tolliver and Sam Hardy defensively for the Braves. Western Branch Bruins had a 6-game win streak broken last week against Lake Taylor. That ties their longest winning streak in 3 years for Coach Johnston. Started the season 6-0. Big 4th down and 3 now. Stiff, not gonna get it. Defensive stand, and guess who comes through again? The two-way player, Sam Hardy.
Looks like the Indian River defense, Mickey, has turned it up a notch here. I think on the last drive, Western Branch probably would have picked up that first down. Lance Bishop on the tackle there. You know, Indian River, Mickey, has held its opponent to less than 10 yards 2 of the last 3 games.
That's 3-0.
Oh, 3-0. Oh, 100.
Under 100 yards.
Hey, they're under 1,000 too. Look at this. Western Branch is ranked above Indian River in all offensive categories. Indian River is ranked above Western Branch in all the defensive categories, and you can see why with that defense right there. And it's kind of like, you know, good pitching and good hitting. That we're seeing good offense and good defense right there as they stop Western Branch.
The ball goes down on the ground again. James Boyd loses the center exchange there. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. The good athlete able to get his hands back on the football there, so they put it on the turf twice tonight. 3:54 to go first quarter. Braves down 7 points. Ball at the 36-yard line. James Boyd, the leading passer in all of Tidewater, averaging 16 yards per completed pass. Facing a 2nd and 10 from a 36, and he wants to throw. Plenty of time, a wide open Hardy, overthrown a couple of yards. Hardy had coverage from number 2, Clayton Porter. Boy, Sam Hardy runs the ball with great success using his speed, and he's also the 2nd leading receiver on this Indian River team with 12 catches.
What's interesting to see here, Mickey, 3:29 to go, Indian River 3rd and long. If they don't score in the first quarter, if you look at their statistics for this season, the majority of their points have been scored in the first period. 51 of their points this season have been scored in the first period. The second closest to that is the 3rd period, in which they scored 44.
Boyd on the bootleg. He wants to throw. Look out for Malik Cook. There he is. That's a sack. Let's check that. That's number 33, Carl Washington. Thought it was 32, Malik Cook, but Carl Washington, the junior, had a beat on James Boyd the entire time.
And there you see he has the ball on his hip. And Washington's speed, he gets around there, he breaks one tackle, but it's mostly speed that gets him to Boyd in time to knock him down. You know, we haven't seen, how come, I wonder Stooks hasn't been in the quarterback?
I think tonight they're going to stick with Boyd exclusively. Mustafa Cook will be standing at his own 40-yard line, and Sam Hardy to kick it away from the 10. A low kick, but a spiral. Cook makes a nice grab, looking for some friendly white jerseys. Chris Edmonds, the unfriendly blue jersey on the stop.
Tell you what, because he wheels that ball in, you say it's a good grab. If that ball, if he grabs it 1 split second later or jumps 1 nano inch less high, then it's a bad mistake instead of a good grab.
A 7-point lead for the Bruins.
A nano inch. You know how big that is?
That's not a lot.
Not very. Not very.
2:23 to go. First quarter, first down Bruins from their own 40. Stith with a nice spin move. Breaks 2 tackles. Edward Seward catches up with Stith after he gains a first down across midfield to the 49. Looked like the Stith of old has a verbal commitment to play for the Virginia Tech Hokies next season.
You'll see Stith here. He picks up his second first down of the game already with around 2 minutes to play here in the first period.
Kaysen got his head down on that last hit. Any other running back might go down, but you see James Boyd put the hit on and held on tight. Make sure Stith didn't get away. He got a first down, however, at the 49-yard line of the Braves, and a 7-point lead for the Bruins. Walton to throw, and this one goes to Ferguson, a gain of about 5.
Walton, very impressive on that pass play, Mickey, because he doesn't get set. He doesn't drop back in the backfield and set his feet before he throws. He basically throws that pass on the run and still throws it accurately, gets out of bounds, stops the clock with 1:40.
He's third in passing in Tidewater behind James Boyd and Cuffey of Green Run. However, he has a higher completion percentage at 55% than either Boyd or Cuffey.
Walton, 3 passes, 56 yards. And 3 completions. He's 100% so far.
Second down and 5 from the 44. Quick handoff to Stith. Good for the first down. There's the good spin move again.
Stith playing at about 100% tonight. I talked about Sam Hardy's quick acceleration before. Stith grabs the ball, takes 1 step, and all of a sudden he's wide open. He's able to hit the line quickly and pick up that positive yardage to pick up another Western Branch first down. That's his 3rd Western Branch first down here and we're just a minute to go here in the first quarter, something like that.
Walton, Stith coming to the near side. Good job from Lance Bishop. 2 blockers in front of Stith. Somehow Bishop gets between the blockers and turns the play inside, and that's going to be a short gain for Sharon Stith.
Stith, Mickey, 10 rushes, about 36 yards so far, and here he picks it up. It didn't get good blocking right there is one of the problems for him. He's pretty much out there on his own, and Indian River catches him up and makes him pay for that. Plus, don't forget, really, Indian River a better defensive team than Western Branch according to the statistics, but Western Branch a better offensive team, and right now the scoreboard reflects that 7-0 in favor of the Bruins.
Under a minute to go first quarter, a 7-point lead for the Bruins, facing a second down and 10 from the 34. Stith in motion. Malik Cook, the big man, a gaping hole on that left side, but Lance Bishop steps up quickly to make the stop defensively, and Darrell Walton will be facing a 3rd and 5, a throwing situation. Let's make that a 3rd and about 7 for Darrell Walton.
Not a problem.
And Cook is shaken up.
A throwing situations, while for some teams you might say, uh-oh, they have to pass, that's not the case with Western Branch.
Averaging 111 yards a game in the air, Darrell Walton.
You know, Cook has been instrumental. He hasn't carried the ball for that many yards. He hasn't caught that many passes so far. But he's important because he's just another weapon in the backfield that the defense has to look out for. I believe Merlin has something.
Okay. Guys, when you think about homecoming, you know that the alumni are going to be coming back. And one of the alumnus from a real vaunted Indian River defense is Richard Williams. Richard, welcome to homecoming. Welcome to 23 Sports.
What's going on, man?
So what are you doing these days?
Right now, I'm going to school at West Virginia Tech on the Golden Bears. We had a 4-year losing streak last year when we, if you would see ESPN, our coach jumped in the river because we won our first game against Concord last year.
Jumped in the river. So what do they got you doing this year?
I'm playing defensive back currently this year.
Now, it's a little different from playing that defensive end.
It's very different. I had to work on my speed and my getting my strength back, you know, because I had a shoulder injury here last year, but everything's helping out to be okay right now.
All right. Hey, thanks for joining us. Hey, guys, you can tell that winning streaks do come to an end. Back up top.
Richard Williams, always one of our favorite players when he played over here at Indian River. Looks like he's bulked up a little bit as well.
A lot of offense on the field tonight, Mickey, here in the first quarter, especially for Western Branch. And Only 7 points on the board, in spite of all the offense produced.
We'll check that out with some first quarter smacky stats in just a few minutes. Here comes Stith, who looks like he's about 100% as he gets through about 5 blue jerseys there. The injury doesn't appear to be bothering Stith at all. That's good for a first down inside the 20 now for the Bruins. Really nothing fancy on that play. Wonder now if you're Coach Johnston, do you keep the ball on the ground or do you throw it?
For Western Branch, I'd try to keep it on the ground if I could, but they are very successful passing.
They go with 1 back in the backfield, trying to draw the Braves to jump, and they may have done it.
Take a look at those first quarter stats shortly. Western Branch.
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense. We'll replay, first down.
Southeastern District standings, you see what the loss to Lake Taylor did to the Western Branch Bruins. They are undefeated in the district. We're talking about in the pregame show. If they can win the rest of their games, they'd have to beat Deep Creek, of course. They would win the Southeastern District and make it into the playoffs. Indian River 3-1, 6-1. Can pretty much expect at Division 6 that Indian River's probably going to go to the playoffs. First down and 5 from the 12-yard line for Darrell Walton. Malik Cook back in the ball game as a lone setback. They want to throw. To go to his brother, Darren Walton. He hauls it in, but outside the line, it's going to be ruled an incompletion. He tried to slow up and get the feet in. Ball just overthrown.
Good coverage here. Look at Antoine Stukes, number 11, as he gets into the end zone. Nice coverage right there, even though he's fallen down. I don't know if he had any idea where the ball was, but he was right there beside him and sort of forces him to go that way.
Third down and 5 now. Darren Walton, the twin brother of the quarterback, Darrell Walton. Coach Lou Johnson said he has great speed and good hands. Ferguson comes in motion. Stith. Good for the first down inside the 10-yard line for Sharon Stith. And the Bruins threatening, again, 5 first downs now for Sharon Stith.
And you'll see him right here just pick up speed. He eludes one tackler, leaps over another one, and basically because he's already picked up all that speed we've been talking about, and Indian River will take a timeout.
See if we can get some first quarter smacky stats here. 10:50 to go in the first half. The Bruins with a 7-point lead. They've done it offensively.
Now look at this. This is the interesting thing. 14 rushes for 47 yards for Western Branch. That goes to show you 2 things. One, they're being successful. 2, they've had the ball a long time. They had 14 rushes right there. Indian River only 4 rushes, -2 yards, and they're 0 for 1 passing. They've only run 5 plays for a total of -2 yards. Western Branch, on the other hand, has run 14, 15, 16, 17 plays for a total of 103. 2 penalties for 10 yards for Western Branch, 1 for 5 for Indian River, 1 turnover for Indian River. There you go. In Western Branch being much more successful offensively, but also, even though Indian River rated higher than Western Branch in defense, the Western Branch defense is looking good tonight. Don't forget, Indian River, one of the best teams in the area in total offense, Boyd, the best guy in the area in total offense, and they pretty much shut them down in the first quarter, -2 total yards.
Coach Lou Johnston talked about the Bruin defense in our pregame show, and he's pleased with the way they play, but he has to be pleased with the offense right now as they have a 1st and goal from the 5.